Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games. And today we're looking at the top 5 things we love about Battlestar Galactica, the board game. It's a cooperative game for up to 6 players, where the humans are trying to fly a certain distance with the Battlestar Galactica ship and its accompanying fleet before their limited resources and population runs out. They are hampered in this by a traitor mechanic, where 1 or 2 players are secretly Cylons and are working against the humans to ensure the destruction of the Galactica. The humans win if the Galactica survives, and the Cylons win if the Galactica or its fleet is destroyed. If ever there was a game that captured the tension, suspicion and intensity of the TV show, then this is it. Never have I played a better game that utilized a traitor mechanic so well. When the full 6 players are playing this game, the Cylons could be anyone, or they could be no one. The beauty of this game is that players draw a second identity/loyalty card halfway through the game. So you could start the game with no Cylons and end up jailing or accusing innocent people, or you could have 2 Cylons working against you from the very start. This also means a person who was trustworthy up to that point can suddenly change sides once more as a result of the new loyalty card. It serves as a fantastic change of pace halfway through the game. For a game that is full of intrigue, the mechanics are incredibly simple. There are a lot of them, but there's nothing that cannot be quickly learned and taught to new gamers. The many mechanics in the game are used very well to keep the game in a constant state of tension, as there are a multitude of things that can kill you in this game. Everything from dwindling resources, damage to the Galactica, delay tactics, and of course the hidden traitor in your midst that is subtly sabotaging your efforts at survival. With a fresh crisis to resolve at the end of every player turn, there is no end of challenge to this game. One of the more practical reasons I haven't opened the Pegasus expansion box set to this game is because I haven't needed to. There is so much replayability in the core game that it will take you a very long time before you get tired of it. There are a massive amount of crisis cards and an incredible variety of challenges available in the game. And because the game is so player-orientated in terms of both trust and variability regarding challenges, there is a massive wave of freshness in the game from simply introducing a new person or a new player to the mix. Even playing with the same group can prove interesting, as people's play styles alter drastically from the characters they play or from the ever-changing loyalties forced upon them by the game mechanics. Now, it's rare that a game encompasses every part of the TV show that inspires it, never mind doing it so well. This game would be forgiven for focusing on the intrigue and the politics of the show, but the combat, which was a huge part of the Battlestar Galactica TV series, has also not been neglected. With a limited fleet of 8 Vipers, human players have to defend both the Galactica and the civilian fleet from attacks from raiders and base stars and heavy raiders. Attacks can come at any time with the drawing of a crisis card, and the attacks last over a series of turns. So human players have to deal with both the crisis drawn by the player and the resulting combat on the board triggered by the same card. Certain cards have symbols such as raiders activating, base stars attacking Galactica, and heavy raiders moving closer and closer to Galactica, which, if they manage to reach, will destroy the Galactica and end the game. There is also a jump symbol on these cards, which, if players manage to nurse far enough along the jump track, will allow them to escape. Human players, however, often do have to make the choice whether or not to jump early and leave people behind, or stay and fight and push the jump track to the end so that they don't lose the population resource when they jump. It is one extra brilliant problem put on the top of a multitude of other problems designed to push the human players to the limits and forcing the Cylon players to choose the most devastating moment of treachery and reveal themselves. This was one of the first board games I introduced to my local board game group, and it's a game that has firmly cemented my own interest and passion in this hobby. It's also a game that is still beloved amongst all of us in my actual local group, and I've yet to meet a person who has not thoroughly enjoyed both this game and the experience it provides. Now, whenever we play a trade or mechanic game, be it something as simple as Werewolf, or as elaborate as Coup, or even something as random as Bang Dice, we still jokingly refer to each other as Cylons, or would use a particularly memorable moment in a prior game of Battlestar Galactica to sow dissent in other games. And those type of experiences and memories are priceless when it comes to this hobby. Now, in time to come, I can see people fondly speaking of Battlestar Galactica the way that people are currently speaking of the board game Dune right now, and maybe guarding their copies just as much. So if you get a chance to play this game, do. If you get a chance to purchase this game for a reasonable price, which is rare, then absolutely, positively seize that opportunity with both hands. Now, as always, if you enjoyed this top 5, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff.
And until next time, this is Sean from the Rocky Road.